Hey guys, what's up? It's story time with me, Ronnette. I'm here today. I'm new and it's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I like it. It's a pretty cool vibe. These people are chill. But yeah, I'm here and this week's topic is story time. So I will give you my story, which I have decided is how I got my past life confirmed with my grandma. So I guess this needs some context, so I'll give it. I've always been obsessed with the East Coast states like Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Idaho, New Mexico, and California. Specifically, mostly Oregon and New Mexico, because Oregon is Portland, and you know what's in Portland, Oregon? Supposedly a city that's built around like people walking places instead of cars, and for some reason I just think that is the coolest thing. And you know, New Mexico, I really like New Mexico because it is where the Roswell UFO sighting was, and I love aliens. I just love them, and I've loved aliens for about a year or so. Conspiracy theory is one of my special interests, and so along with that comes obsession with aliens, but I don't know if I would say I'm more drawn to them than Max Spears at the moment in his whole black magic case, but that is a whole nother video, but I will get into it eventually. As a kid, I passed multiple ESP tests. If you don't know what those are, it's where there's a couple of symbols on the screen and you have to pick one and see if the person monitoring picks the same one. With my mom, and we thought nothing of it really at the time. It was a thing that I did, and that was that. And I had a few instances where I would predict things, but nothing super major. I think the most notable case was when I was in like the 3rd grade, I think. I don't know, I get really confused with the time, but I was in like the 3rd grade, and my older sister was pregnant, and I like came home from school, got off the bus, I went inside, and my mom was home, and I told her Amber's pregnant, she's gonna have this, and all these complex medical terms listing the problems she would have with childbirth. And then I've had multiple friends and people online tell me that I had something about me that seemed like a phone psychic, and I'm pretty sure that I predicted this too when I was about 12. I'm 14 right now for reference. So the actual story I'm telling is about 2 weeks ago, before I even got into this YouTube group. My grandma was visiting America, and I'm going around translating for her, and she, fully knowing how much I love psychic, occult, conspiracy stuff, decides to take me to her friend, who is like a professional psychic. Like, she does readings and stuff, and it's really cool. We walk in, say hi, and right after I say hi and introduce myself, she looks at me and says, "So you were a phone psychic in your past life?" And I'm like, "Yes, girl, you get it." And she goes on and tells me, "Yeah, you were a phone psychic and a professional medium, which means ghosty talker for all you uninformed peeps, and you lived in Oregon with your girlfriend." And I'm like, "Oh, there's that." And she says, "I think you are a woman in this life, but I get the strong feeling that you have been a man in many lives." And she goes and tells me that I never had any kids. I had one child in my early 20s that died in utero, which I predicted. By the way, you could ask my friend Vanna. And get this. This girl says that I was astral abducted, not physically abducted. But she said I had been astral abducted up to 100 times, and I know some people are going to be like, zeros up to 100, like, yeah, you sound like my older brother, but still, I think up to 100 times, that means in the 90s or 80s, but I mean, that's really cool. That explains a whole lot. And like, in the span of this life, I had been abducted up to 100 times, and I think that's just the craziest thing. And she tells me that in my current life, I have been astral abducted about 3 times, which I can also see, I guess, because I used to have really bad experiences with night terrors, and like, I never really sleepwalked, I guess. I never really left the bed, but I would like wake up and like kind of wake up, and I had horrible issues with sleep paralysis. Like, if any of you guys know what that is, I am so sorry, but you just wake up and you can't move. And I would tell my mom, hey mom, I woke up today, but my body didn't wake up. And she would be like, oh, you're so silly, Emily. You're such a creative mind. No, mom, I'm not creative. This actually happened. Like, I don't know. But, and she tells me how I died. And she says that I died in my late 30s, which I also predicted. You can ask Vanna. And she says probably from drowning, but she thinks I already had like lung problems that she thinks were caused by a disease, I guess. And I don't know, I feel pretty drawn to say it was pneumonia, but I just really don't know, because I know pneumonia is a really common thing, I guess. But I don't know, I think it's really cool and I like it. It was really nice. But anyways, if you have a story similar